What's going on, guys? You can schedule a free 15-minute phone call consultation on overemployment where you can get any advice or ask any questions with an overemployed coach. Check it out in the description box below or the pinned comment down below. It's completely free to schedule a call. So today we're going to be talking about Logan Paul's crypto zoo scandal, basically, that happened over the last few weeks. So if you're not aware of it, I'll link the CoffeeZilla video where, if you're not familiar with who CoffeeZilla is, he's a YouTuber that kind of exposes scandals and other YouTubers that kind of do scams and are gurus where they kind of rip people off with fraud of some sort. So basically, CoffeeZilla brought it to light that Logan Paul had a crypto project called Crypto Zoo, which he kind of hyped up the launch for like crazy. And eventually, when he launched it, he kind of didn't really fully deliver on what was expected for the project. So it didn't really fully work. And some of the people that were under the project kind of bailed. Some of them were literally scammers, like they lied about their qualifications and they sold their equity of Crypto Zoo and basically just left, and they kind of tanked the whole project. And once that happened, Logan Paul didn't really speak up about it. He kind of just went silent and he shut down and he stopped promoting Crypto Zoo. And all the people that were left, the investors, were kind of stuck and they just lost out on a bunch of money. And basically millions and millions of dollars were lost from the numbers that I've seen. So basically, the moral of the story is not to rely on outsider luck, right? So you have to, if you want to make money, you have to rely on yourself and basically either getting a business created where you can cash flow money every single month, or something like overemployment where you can have more than one remote job and bring in higher amounts of money than you can with a normal 9 to 5 position. Because at the end of the day, you have to realize that any of these investments or business opportunities, things like that, they're never something that's fully reliable. And even if they are, the at the end of the day, if you succeed, you'll always kind of be chasing that new pump. So let's say you invest in Crypto Zoo and you made maybe $500,000 or even $1 million, right? So that's a lot of money, and that could set you up for a very long time in your life if you use that money correctly and if you don't waste it all, right? But you have to realize that getting those shots aren't really that common. And let's say you lost it all. The chance of you recouping that initial sum and making it back maybe 5 times or 10 times more, that's a very low chance, right? Because you don't really have any inherent skills that you gained by getting that money. You kind of took a shot in the dark and you got lucky and you won, right? You haven't really changed as a person, though. Now, you could argue that you made a very smart choice based on due diligence and you really looked into this. But at the end of the day, a lot of these things you can't really look into that much, right? Like, you can make an educated guess, and that's really all it is. And if you don't actually improve your own skill set and your own character and your own stress tolerance and all of those things, you won't really inherently change. And when you do end up losing that money, which eventually you'll lose some money, right? Because if you ever invest in high risk, high reward, speculative options, you won't really make money if you don't do that, right? So you'll have to do that eventually, and eventually you'll have some losses. And when you have those losses, you won't really be able to build yourself back up because you haven't built those skills that are inherent to your character. Because if you're a person that's built businesses or been overemployed for maybe several months or years at a time, you'll know that you're confident in yourself because you've proved to yourself you have those accomplishments and you've gained a skill set which is valuable, right? And there's demand for it on the market. And at any point, if you lose everything, you know you'll be able to use that skill set to get back to where you were. And that's why you shouldn't rely on only things outside of your control, right? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't invest or do risky plays, but don't make it your number one source of income, basically. So if you guys agree or if you have any thoughts, leave a comment down below. And like I said again, schedule a free 15-minute phone call consultation on overemployment. We'll answer any questions and give you a structured plan and advice for your overemployed future. So schedule that down below in the description box and the pinned comment.